Anderson all the way, jumps in a strong move. He shoots, he scores! Here's a big shot and another score!
Hi, welcome to Roller Hockey Magazine's instructional video series. I'm Bobby Hull. This tape we're going to show you how to play defensively. We'll show you checking, penalty killing, and the trap. We also have segments that'll make your team the best at shutting down the other team's offense.
The X's are defense, the O's are offense. You keep the O's outside the shot glass, and you're doing a great job on defense.
Most teams think that defensive positioning only applies to their end of the rink. That's not true. Defensive positioning is important on all parts of the court. Always be prepared to transition from offense to defense, and if you're in the right position, you will shut down the other team and turn over the puck and go back onto offense quicker than you know. Forechecking is a very important part of roller hockey. When you don't have the puck, it's important that you set up systems that will allow you to regain possession of that puck. We're going to show you the trap and other very effective forechecking systems that will allow you to force the opposition to turn the puck over to you so your team can go on the offensive and score goals.
The 1-2-1 system, that's one aggressive forechecker taking after the puck, two mid-court safeties, with one player staying back to cover your end. Okay, the 1-2-1. First forechecker aggressively goes in, takes out the puck carrier. The mid-court safeties take out the potential puck receiver right there and pick up the loose puck. 1-2-1. See the highest defender at the top of your screen. The puck is stolen. Unfortunately, the shot is blocked. Once again, puck carrier taken out, puck is stolen, and a shot. The 2-1-1 system is a much more aggressive forechecking system. Two players go in after the puck carrier, cutting him off quickly. The other two players are mid-court and in your own end as a safety. First player goes in aggressive, takes the body on the puck carrier, always the body. Second player looks for a loose puck or goes to the pass receiver and takes the body on the pass receiver. 2-1-1. Two aggressive, one mid-court, one high safety. Again, take the body out. The first two players take the body. Then the mid-court safety man can pick up the puck. The trap is an advanced forechecking system. If you play on a good team, learn this system and you'll frustrate the teams you play against no matter how good they are. The idea here is to channel the puck carrier into the corner and towards the sideboards. Watch the forward, red forward at the net, channels the puck carrier to the sideboards. The second red forward takes the body out. Now you see the third defending forward coming in on the boards. He's cutting off any forward motion. The puck is stolen, and you have an offensive opportunity. Here's the 2-1-1 forechecking system. See that first man go in and take the body? Number 13 in the white picks up the puck. Look at that man right on him. Takes the body. Look at the second man cruising in. Number 30 in the black. Puck is coughed up, but he takes out the man as well. Here's the LA Blades. Nick Vachon, first man in, takes the body. Second man in, picks up the puck. There's a scoring opportunity. Slow motion. Nick Vachon aggressively pursues the puck, takes the body. Second man picks up the puck. Makes a great move. Now you got a 2-on-1 right there. 2-on-1. Easy pass across the slot for a goal.
Positional play in the transition zone, which is the center court area, is quite important. Each player should know his positional responsibility at all times, whether he has the puck or not. The next segment will show you how to position and how to communicate with your line mates and teammates to be in the proper position if the puck is turned over.
Mid-court transition occurs when the back-checking forwards release the puck carriers to their defensemen, then turn to look for the trailing players.
One of the most important things in mid-court transition and positioning is picking up a loose player. That means you pick up an opposition player when you lose possession of the puck. This means that you have to communicate with your line mates, and if you're out of position, your line mate must cover for you, and you fall into position to cover his open man.
Now, when your forechecking system fails and you have to start to back check, the forwards are usually chasing the puck carrier and another potential pass receiver up court. Now, once those puck carriers and potential pass receivers get to the defenseman, it's time to release them to the defenseman and pick up the trailers. The red team's on defense here. They're back checking. Puck carrier's on the right of your screen on the boards. Picks up the puck. Now watch Chris Nelson turn and release that player to the defenseman and look for the trailer. Here's another angle. Watch his head turn. As soon as he sees that his defenseman has picked up the puck carrier, he looks behind him over his shoulder and starts to slow down looking for a trailer. The San Diego Barracudas are going to execute the same transition here in game footage. Slow motion will show you what I mean. See how they slow down? They let the puck carrier go by. They're looking for a trailer. The play is broken up, and look who picks up the puck. In roller hockey, you must use both zone and man-on-man configurations to properly defend your end of the rink. As coach of the LA Blades, I know we had an excellent defensive system. What we tried to do was split up our defensive end into 4 quadrants. Each player on the court was assigned one quadrant. As soon as an opposing player entered that quadrant, they locked up with him and went to the one-on-one checking system. So we started out with 4 quadrants and a zone. Once someone entered our zone, that player was responsible for the opposing player who entered the zone. Then it becomes a one-on-one. As you can see here, every LA player is locked onto an Anaheim player, no matter where they go. If you see a black jersey, there's a white jersey right beside him. An important part of defense is being able to transition from forward skating to backward skating. Chris Nelson is an expert. He displays excellent technique here, transitioning from forward to backward skating. Watch how Chris transitions from forward skating to backward skating without taking his eyes off the puck carrier. This is very important. The same principle applies from backward to forward as it does to forward to backward skating. Chris always has to face the puck carrier when he does the transition. You notice there he went from backward skating to forward skating, always facing the puck carrier, keeping his body between the 2 blue offensive players. Good defensive players never turn their back on the play. When you do, you get beat.
It's time to talk about penalty killing. This next segment will show you how to position your team on 4-on-3 and 4-on-2 penalty killing situations. Remember, your team shouldn't be killing more than 3 penalties per game, or it's costing you goals. You must discipline your players to stay out of the penalty box if you're going to win hockey games.
Penalty killing one man short, that's 4-on-3. The idea here is to have one man high and 2 men at the base of your forechecking umbrella. Okay, the red team is on defense. 2 men low, 1 man high. The low men move laterally from the slot area out to the perimeters where the dots are. In and out. The high man covers the high slot to prevent a shot from the point. The idea here is to make sure nothing gets into the center of the umbrella. Four-on-2 power play is a very difficult situation to be in. If your team is in a 4-on-2 situation, killing penalties 2 men short, then you're in big trouble. Here's the idea. You have 2 men, 1 in front of the other. Top man has to cover the top half of the floor. Bottom man has to cover the bottom half. Same principle applies. Try to keep the puck on the perimeter. It's virtually impossible 4 against 2. As you can see, I've illustrated on the screen the area that each player has to cover. And with the diamond, that's the perimeter. Try to keep those players outside that perimeter. Anaheim on the power play against LA. The Blades do an excellent job of killing this penalty. We're going to let this roll here. Watch the LA positioning. Very important. 2 men low, 1 man high. They never let themselves get too far out of position. Here it is in slow motion. 2 men low, they're covering that big D, keeping the Anaheim team on the perimeter. Any shots from outside the perimeter, we'll take them because Max Mikulovsky will make the save. If I do say so myself, this LA penalty killing squad is poetry in motion. Just check out their positioning. Get up, Mike. Always in position. Always keeping the power play team on the perimeter. Never letting them inside the perimeter. Now here's 4-on-2. Much more difficult situation. See how the Blades players start out in the proper configuration but are easily drawn out of position. The lower player has to cover a lot of space as well as the upper player. If your team is in a 4-on-2 penalty killing situation more than once a game, you've got a problem. You've got selfish hockey players that are taking stupid penalties. That will cost your team games every time.
One of the most unpleasant parts of the game is blocking shots, but it's very necessary in defensive play. It saves your goaltender a lot of wear and tear during a game, and it also creates offensive breaks. This next segment will show you how to properly block shots.
Blocking shots is a royal pain, but it has to be done if you want to be an effective roller hockey player. The stand-up block is the simplest. Basically, get your shin pads together and put your shin pads between the puck and your goal. The object is to block the shot, and hopefully you're going to get an offensive opportunity. The sliding block's a little more complicated. Always slide with your head at the shooter's feet. Never get your head pointed the other way. You might get a shot right in the teeth. At about 10 feet, lay down, stack your pads one on top of the other, just like a goaltender. The stick block is the easiest. Just get the blade of your stick in front of the shot. It's almost like a rolling poke check. Get up a good head of steam towards the shooter, extend your blade towards his blade, and deflect the puck away from the goal. Blocking shots can create offensive breaks as well as save goals. Watch this. Stand up block. The puck comes right onto the LA Blades player's stick, and he goes on the offense. Mike Dewars demonstrates the kneeling block. That's one we didn't show you. The sliding block makes the Anaheim player shoot it over the net. Even when your team's on offense, you have to know where you're going to go and who you're going to cover when the puck is turned over. Defensive positioning on odd man breaks is crucial. If you're out of position, the opposing team is going to score a goal. It's important that the red defenders position themselves between the blue offensive players. Watch Chris on the right side here. Chris is playing a 2-on-1 with the puck carrier and the closest man, while the other red defender covers the outside player on the left-hand side of the screen. Same play. Chris forces the 2-on-1, making the outside blue puck carrier make a bad pass, while the second red defender makes a great poke check and breaks up the play. The 2-on-1 break is the same principle. The defender must keep his body between the two offensive players and his net. Watch Chris Nelson. See how he keeps his body between the two blue offensive players. The blue players are doing the right thing here. They move the puck to the outside, then the puck carrier breaks, trying to force the red defender to commit. Chris plays this 2-on-1 perfectly. Notice how he stays between the two blue offensive players, keeping the puck carrier on the perimeter. Now the rule is, when you're on a 2-on-1, you always let the goaltender take the shot. And that's what Chris does here. He cuts off the puck carrier. When the blue puck carrier makes the pass, Chris stays with the passer and lets the goaltender handle the shot. Now if you notice, Chris gives a little bit of room on the outside